Hello, the House of Tarot YouTube followers and listeners. Welcome to today's reading. Today we're doing a reading for the full moon, which is tomorrow. It is the beaver moon. We are getting ready for this full moon. For some of you, it could be coming today when you're listening to this, or later at night, in the middle of the night. So for our first, we have a rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. And we had this card come up yesterday for a reading for November. So possibly somebody really needs to hear this, which is why it's coming out today. So again, just take what resonates for you if this does not concern you. But what I'm getting from this card is giving away some of your life force energy. A lot of our sexual energy, our energy coming from our sacral, is our life force energy, and being too conflicted, too involved, also with the lack of, if some of you are feeling that someone's not entirely interested in you in this style, letting it go, letting that concern go, knowing that possibly it's time to just restore that life force energy for yourself to release in different ways, or releasing it in a different way without having to involve a particular person, getting too mixed up and holding a person accountable to fulfill that need. So being careful with that type of energy from our full moon. We also have a man, dealings or relationship with a man. So possibly some of you are centering a particular person. This could be reading for a female, where you're centering a man in your world to be the only one that can fulfill this sexual matter. Because we're having the word too much concern, there's nothing wrong with engaging in our bodies and expression of our bodies, which is a beautiful engagement. But this one is kind of giving the idea where there's too much concern and then involving a man. So I feel like we're putting someone, maybe putting their energy into only one person and kind of taking back that energy as an empowerment, taking it back and putting it within yourself, storing that energy for more beauty, more brains, more just different things, and then letting that energy or expression kind of line up in your favor as time goes by. So this is the message for the full moon. We also have wind chimes, peace and harmony. A peaceful time for a lot of you, possibly from releasing somebody from being accountable for that release of energy and kind of engaging it with yourself. A lot of harmony will come from it, where possibly could open up the opportunity for that kind of expression from your body. We also have a dragon. Beware of self-delusion. Okay, I'm not getting a read on that. I'm getting the opposite of that. I don't see why it's telling you beware of self-delusion. Possibly if it's dangerous of some sorts for somebody, but I also see it's good to have some kind of self-involvement, self-illusion, or else sometimes for a lot of you, who else will if it's not you? So it's also something I'm getting. So we're going to take the card for this full moon coming tomorrow. This is the beaver moon, and let's see what we can get from it. So we have moon circles and we have support, and I kind of see like a friend group. So if some of you are spending time with a friend group, also being careful with what kind of energy you bring to this friend group, putting parameters of rules of what you choose not to talk to, how you choose to bring your energy, and also having them kind of invest in the same plan. So the friend group, for the circles, for the support, is really there for one another. So no lecturing, no judging, kind of being very open to each other, coming to this circle in a very open way is also what I'm getting. So the dynamic for this full moon is being supportive, releasing any type of judgment, preconceived ideas, also prejudices, coming in with what you thought how things should have played out for that person, and kind of judging or basking in the joy of things not working out for one another, but really kind of leaving that at the door. Maybe even making some kind of ritual where you leave it somewhere outside from where you're going to engage in the meetup or getting together. We also have strength, yang moon. And I see this with mental strength, having the mental strength to release somebody, to let go of something, to just kind of continue on your mission of a good life during this full moon. I'm gonna go ahead and move on with our tarot. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. So I see where a lot of you have been going through it and coming out of it a lot stronger in your queen energy, in your swords, with your spirit, with your mind, with what you've been engaging with. So something possibly led you to come to this place where you're more at peace with the world around you, with yourself, with your image, with your body. Also kind of putting that route for yourself, kind of just knowing that you might be going through a downfall or some sort of down, but also putting some sort of affirmations or self-talk that kind of lift you up. So some of it could be, this is just something you have to go through. This is for your growth. This is for the next phase of your life. So releasing something to gain something. The chair is empty for someone to fill the chair. So finding what works for you, because I see that some of you had to go through a season in your life and you came out of it a lot stronger, but you're also kind of afraid of something creeping back in from that season. So that fear can also create the time that would create another downfall. So really be careful with that energy. We're going to take another card. We have the Lovers. The love is definitely on your mind. This is for your subconscious. This is definitely what's in your heart, what's in your mind, is a lot of love and acceptance. We also have the supporting one another. So the Lovers, I always read it towards a relationship, towards a love. So with having sexual matters and the support, strength, a man on the table, I also see love coming through. So if some of you are too invested in one particular man and kind of releasing them by a form of love and grace and detachment, it can open the opportunity or the door for other love to come in, whether this is another type of romantic love or another phase in your relationship of another phase of romantic love. So if there is no separating in the journey, there's could be just an awakening of a different type of love. This could also be even a whole new love entirely. So if some of you were expecting something to last that didn't last and some other person wants to come in to that, because we did have kind of going through a hard season. I did see something in the recent past that was a hard season where you came out of it with more grace, with more education, with more love in your heart and your soul, and opening up for more love. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. I see you more focused in financial matters coming in with the new moon. The full moon. More focus into your money. There is a season coming where a lot of spending and enjoyment and luxury is coming into place, and also a lot of eating and festivities. So I see you more focused in creating money, making money, possibly taking some kind of part-time on the weekends or holiday work, holiday help. I also see somebody helping others in their home life, so possibly cleaning or babysitting or cooking and kind of making extra income on the side for some of you. And if some of you are not looking for more work, possibly just extra income coming in. With this focus being on money, there's ways that more income can possibly just be around the corner for you, even if it's somebody giving you this extra income or wanting you to just have this extra income. We're gonna go ahead and go with this placement, and this is a beautiful card. This is our Nine of Pentacles, and she really has it all. This is in the U placement of my reading, and having it all, and it's just so luxurious. Also mentally, I'm seeing your mind is there mentally, how we have this card directly on top of it. I feel like you're finally at peace with something, and this could be kind of letting go of some sort of energy where you're just hanging on to something that you just had to let go. So the self-delusions, it was probably just hanging on to maybe a type of relationship or a type of friendship, just some sort of hanging on where the other person was not there for you, not there in the way that you needed them to be there for the season of your life. So I see you coming out of this much more magnetic, much more grounded, beautiful, and financially things working out for you. So I really see a lot of beauty and luxury in your body, in your person, in your surroundings, in your environments. We're going to go ahead and take a card for what's around you. Okay, so somebody's definitely possibly leaving your life, leaving your environment. This could be somebody that had not the best intentions for you or even for themselves, and that energy kind of just rubs off on you. Just whatever energy they were putting into themselves was not quite fitting your life any longer. Your life was kind of going in one, or it was needing to go in one direction. I'm sure you could have followed them and you could have kept going for as long as possible, because we have this delusions card. I'm not saying that you're delusional, but your mind was just really fixated on this matter, this person, this illusion more is what I like from it. And somebody physically will be getting out of your life. Somebody physically wants to just leave your life. So we're gonna go ahead and go with some hopes and fears. And we have the 7 of Wands. And what I'm getting is a lot of hard work, possibly the fear of all the work you put into something or somebody and it not working. But it's never wasted time. That's kind of a fear I always see on the table, is somebody feeling like they have to stay in something because they've already put so much into it. So if it's staying with the job, somebody possibly already put so much into it where they got all the certifications that were required, all the moving up, all the retirement that's in there, just all these things that people fear letting something go. But sometimes time has expired on certain things. I'm gonna go ahead and go with our Jane Austen deck, and this deck I'm feeling gravitating to it in November because it feels very homey. It feels very cozy, bookish, tea, just things like that, which I love that sort of energy for November. And we have the Ace of Hearts. So I'm not familiar all the way with this deck. We're just going to read right off of the passage from our booklet it came with. So the Ace of Hearts, let's see what we have. Okay, the Ace of Hearts, we have creativity. Beautiful. With the calligraphy pen, one can write beautiful, imaginative words. So let me see what intuition I'm getting. Definitely some higher power with the bird. Just kind of listening to the pen going off on its own is the outcome I'm getting. Listening to how things play out. It looks like a higher power with the bird on top, just something higher than you, but you being the one holding the pen and allowing just the words to come out. It's kind of like the Abraham story by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And it was just how they kind of just put pen to paper and the words just flew out of them. And a lot of journaling energy, creativity. And I feel like some kind of message will come from this. So if this is you listening now, putting this video down and kind of grabbing that pen, grabbing that paper and seeing what comes out of it, I feel like somebody wants to give you a message, some higher power, the moon possibly. Aside from this reading or whatever I could read for the energy of this reading, I feel like there's something else out there for you that you have to listen to. Also, the word creativity, we have the Ace, so something creative, or possibly some creative project that's going to be quite healing even. I'm going to take a card for your astro house and see what the moon wants you to concentrate on, the energies of the moon or the energy of this reading for your astro house. We have your wealth, and we did have a lot of pentacles energy on the table. So we had the Page of Pentacles, all this. We did discuss how concentrating on your money was going to be in the cards for you. So that's definitely something coming through, is focusing on your wealth, focusing on money, on things that are tangible, ways to make money, streams of income, streams or openings to create money. So we're going to take a card, a message card. We have cleanse. Wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. Okay. And that's all I'm getting for the energy of today's reading with the full moon, the beaver moon coming in. Please just take what resonates, leave the rest. I hope I got the message across for those who needed it. I do offer readings at the House of Tarot.etsy.com. They're priced at $33.33, so come visit me there. I'm also going to have a lot of new pendulums coming up very soon, in the next 3 days possibly, or less. So come see me there. And with that, I leave you guys. Bye-bye.